25 years of experience. He's earned millions in not only one, but three different industries and has came out of retirement because he sees massive opportunity in this one. So, and what really sets him apart is his heart of helping others win. He actually has a goal to help 10,000 families generate $5,000 per month in residual over the next 2 to 5 years. And what I appreciate most about him is his humility, his integrity, his dedication, and passion for lifting others up. So please do me a favor. Let's show some love, drop some hearts and fires on the chat, and help me welcome the businessman, the VP of sales, one of the partners in the company, Mr. Sam Bean.
Hey. That's what I'm talking about. That's an awesome introduction. I appreciate that. That's y'all give her some fire, guys. I hope that fire is for Erica. You know what I mean? That was awesome. I appreciate that electric introduction. And guys, that's very, very important. You guys are going to be hearing from Erica a whole lot more in the future, guys. She's going to be presenting in the near future as well. Just like a lot of our other superstars, like the Dr. Arlene's of the world, the Roxy's of the world, right? He's got a lot of fire women in this company. And so, guys, look out for her. She's coming. And so I'm glad you guys are here, with me today. And today we're going to have some real good money making conversations. Okay. But before we do that, as always, guys, I want to make sure, I show respect and just desserts, to all of the people who put this thing in place for us to make this thing happen for us. And, we'll start off with the CEO, Mr. Winston Navarro and Mrs. Christina Navarro. Without them calling JC Rangel and saying, "Hey, look, it's time for us to get going business," we wouldn't have this opportunity. And then JC Rangel and Jennifer Rangel as well, a powerhouse couple doing that thing, president of the company and partner, as well as the Pachecos, Mr. Daniel Pacheco, Mrs. Carla Pacheco, just awesome human beings, right? And so these are your partners, and the owners of the company. And any chance that you get, you want to make sure that you celebrate them and show them appreciation. And the one thing that I talk about all the time, and my team specifically is well aware of this. At any point in time, they see them, they treat them with the most respect, because they're so available to you guys that some of you guys take them for granted. Honestly, they become commonplace to you, and it's dangerous. Right? In order for us to get to a company that makes billions of dollars, you have to have a high level of respect for the owners. And I want to make sure you guys keep that in perspective. Don't take them for granted because they answer your calls or because you can text them or call them at any time. That's a privilege. And you don't want to be entitled. Another thing I want to do is I want to talk about the people who are just killing it right now on a leadership panel, Mr. Eddie Yala and Julio Aquino. And I'm just telling you, these guys are lighting it up. Since they became a part of the company, they've done nothing except for put a lot of people in business and do a lot of solo deals. Okay, just top-notch individuals, high, heavy hitters and go-getters. Okay, then you have, the Rain situation. You got the director of operations for Rain, Mrs. Kim Bean, who's actually doing a Rain call right now as we speak. She's making some things happen as we speak, along with Mr. Ovi, the all-knowing. He's like the Wizard of Oz when it comes to water. And you guys have some really good, legit people who really care about not just selling water. They care about the water dynamic, growing, evolving, and going to the next level. So again, anytime you have an opportunity to interact with them, show them the utmost respect and let them know that you appreciate what they do, because they make it easy for you to come in and make a fortune. Yeah. And so this system is designed so a person can walk in off the streets with no affluence, no credibility, no experience at all, with desire and coming here and make a 6 or 7 figure income. Yeah. And so you want to make sure you pay respect to the people who put you in a position to do that. Okay. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this money. Let's talk about the thing that everybody's been waiting on right now. And, this is what they've been waiting on right here. And the playbook, guys. And when you look at the playbook, you looked at the Philadelphia Eagles just annihilate the Kansas City Chiefs, last night. And I'm gonna just say right now, they ran plays from their playbooks on a defensive side of the ball that made Patrick Mahomes look like Trent Dilfer. Okay, they made him look bad, right? And so you look at the plays that the defensive coordinator ran, they were Super Bowl winning plays. Right? When you look at the plays that the offense ran, I'm going to tell you they scored at will and whenever they wanted to. They almost put up 50 on them boys, right? And I'm just saying that's something that you never thought you'd see on a Patrick Mahomes. And but again, it's all about coaching, right? It's all about mentoring, and a lot of those people who were just drafted. So like some of you guys who are just brand new coming into the company, coming into the system, we have a playbook for you. A lot of the old heads who've been around the league for a long time, they've been in different teams, different companies. You have been in play, you've been in systems, and those systems didn't win you any Super Bowls, right? The plays that they called, in those other companies and those other groups, they didn't win you any Super Bowls, no championship rings, no seven-figure situations, right? And tonight we're gonna talk about a seven-figure playbook, and we're gonna talk about, something that took me from the outhouse to the penthouse, something that really put me and my wife in a position where we'd never have to worry about money again, not necessarily just because of how much money that we earned while we were running the place in the playbook, but based on who we became while we were going through that process. And that's one of the things I don't want to, you guys to get lost on. The late great, Jim Rome says, don't become a millionaire based on how much money you get to make. Become a millionaire based on the person who you get to become, that evolution process. And that's the thing I want to make sure that you understand, guys. When you get to seven figures and you do it in a specific manner, a lot of things about you change. Okay. And so you'll see it change over time. You'll see everything from your work ethic, your habits, skill sets, team building, leadership, everything is going to evolve, right? Problem solving, everything, creativity, all of that stuff is going to change. Okay. But this ideal 4x4, six-figure income, what's going to end up happening is you guys are going to see how this is going to put you in a position where you see the license plate, not the it's free, the residuals, right? Residuals. That's residuals, right? That's us going from bankruptcy, foreclosure, repossession, right? Wife 6 months pregnant at the time, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. Lost three companies, millions of dollars. I mean, like just lost a lot of money in those situations. And the thing that got us, out of debt and got us to millions was the playbook. The thing that got us out of debt, and when I say out of debt, I'm talking about mon- monsters that into residual income was the playbook. Yeah, and so when you look at this playbook, guys, matter of fact, let me go back here. When you look, let me give you a little story real quick because I have to preface this. When you look at where I was, because some of you guys, if you've ever been in a company and when you were in that company, you felt like you just didn't want to be there. You felt like you didn't want to recruit. You felt like you didn't want to do any presentations. You didn't want to meet anybody. Put some ones in the chat for me. Okay. If that was you, you felt like you was just tired of network marketing. You just wanted to, find something else to do to make millions of dollars, but you didn't have anything else in your portfolio to do it with. Put some ones in the chat. Say me. Okay. I want to see I want to see who I'm dealing with here. All right. Because that's who we were. I got out of the military in '96, and when I got out of the military, I did several network marketing companies. Okay, several of them, and I'm not gonna go through the names, but you know most of them. But by the time I got to the coffee company, right, I'd already been in seven companies, six or seven. Okay, and I was done. Emotionally spent, financially spent, just didn't want to have anything else to do with it. So when we got in this company, okay, I only got in this company to take a position because I did not want to miss it, just in case something special happened. I didn't want to miss it. Okay? And so 27 people went over with my then mentor, and they went to work. Right? They had a game plan, and they went to work. People started hitting the highest ranks in the company. As a matter of fact, people were breaking ranks so fast in that company that they had to change the rank structure and increase the rank structures and add more rank on top of it. Right? That's just how easy it was to get to the top and how fast it was for people to do it based on the system and the plays that were being called. Okay. And 5 months, I did nothing. 5 months, the people who came into business with me, they did nothing because I did nothing. I put them in a position to fail, right? Just being honest with you, it wasn't in me. I got a phone call from one of my sponsor at that point in time. He said, "Hey, when you're tired of doing what you're doing and you're ready to make some real money and you're ready to get in the game, everybody over here they're doing four showcases, the showcase equivalent, four showcases over here a week, and this person went sapphire, this person went ruby, this person went emerald, and our guy went diamond, and right now you're still sitting on a goose egg." And he started laughing and hung up the phone. And for me, for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm a man. You're just not finna embarrass me. So I'm just hanging up the phone, thinking about what was going on, reflecting on what was happening. I said, you know what? Let me just go ahead and figure this out. Okay. Well, 5 months gone. Everybody who had already went before me, they'd already called most of the people who I was going to call anyway. And at that point in time, I had to come up with a plan. Okay. And so what I did was I said, you know what, I'll do the work. I just got to find the people and I got to figure out how to get to where they're at in a very, very short period of time, but also in a simple, duplicatable format in a way that anybody can do it. And when I say anybody, I'm talking about anybody. Okay. And so that's the key to success. That's the key to wealth creation. That's the key to residual income. You have to be able to do something, right, that everybody can do. And when they get an understanding of it, they will do. Okay, so from bankruptcy to residual wealth creation, guys, this is the playbook, the impact of the playbook. From again, losing everything to now everything, custom suits, cars, vacations, all the stuff, group is making a ton of money, just happiness, enjoyness, and a 15-year run, of 50, 60 grand a month and just residual income based on that playbook. Okay. And so I'm saying this because I want to make sure you get this before I show you this, because it's simple and again, I don't want you to miss it. Don't want you to go over your head. Um, this is the one thing that I knew about what I'm about to show you. This was my one shot because they had already proved to me that money was being made because they started working. They had a 5 month head start. And once we got started, in one day, in 30 days, guys, I hit that rank of sapphire. Basically, it's like builder 2000 in our company. Okay? And then 60 days later, I hit ruby, which is like builder 4000 in this company. Okay? Then I hit emerald 3 months later, which is like builder 8000 in the company. And then I hit executive 25, which is, basically, well, diamond, which is executive 25 in this company. And that was in an 18-month window, 13 months after I made a decision. 5 months wasted. 13 months later, we were the eighth, no, I'm sorry, we were the sixth person in the company to actually go diamond in that company out of 8,000, almost 9,000 people. Okay. And it's not because we were more talented than everybody else. It wasn't because we were better speakers, and God knows I was not a better speaker or presenter than everybody else. It was because we had a simple system that we empowered the people who felt like they couldn't do anything better than everybody else. Okay. And so this is where the playbook comes in at, right? And so you see this playbook here. This is what we call the 4x4. Okay. And so it opens up, it opens up like this, right? Inside and out. Okay. And the part that you see on the left, that's the back page, right? That's your somebody muted me out. Okay. So the back page is your accountability partner. Okay. The front page is the front page. So if you build it, they will come. Build 4x4 blueprint to builder 500. Right. And I'm going to talk to you about 4x4 in just a second. But this is a way for you to come in here with a game plan, fill this thing out to the T, be accountable to everything that you got going on, and win. Okay. So the personal goals and business goals, guys, you'll have your 5 or 6 personal goals on your left, 5 or 6 personal business goals on your right. And then on the bottom, and this is also available for you guys, in the back office. You can click on it, download it. You can click on it also and just use it on your tablets, on your computers, and just fill it out. It's a fillable format that Juan has put together, or him and his team has put together. So you can download it. I would say download as many of them as you can, because if you're going to be recruiting, you're going to need more than one page, right? But here's some of the things. A checklist is a little bit out of order based on the distortion. We'll make sure we get that fixed and corrected. But these are the things that when you listen to the 6 steps to success, right, and all the things that we tell you guys to do and coach you guys on doing, you're going to be checking those things off. Okay, and so let's see here. So as you go on, you want to make sure that that you're getting your 4 paying no more, your 3 utility bills, sell 3 Alka 75s, completing your certifications, make sure you got a builder pack, all those things that you see here. You want to make sure that you're getting those things checked off, if not for you, for your people. Okay. And for me as a leader, and if I'm working with individual, they're working on their own, and they have, they're not plugged in, they're doing their own thing, they can still use this. As a matter of fact, a person can actually plug into the system, like the millionaire mindset calls, the solar calls, and whatever calls we got going on in this company. They can plug into the system and use this playbook, and they can get to build to 8,000 if they just willing to do the work without having a leader. How do I know? Because that's what we did. Yeah, you don't need a leader if you got the system and you got the playbook, right? You want a leader, right? You want to make sure you have somebody endorsing you, coaching you, encouraging you, throwing gasoline on your fire, and getting the people on your team to respect you and recognize you for the things that you do well. But if a person was just out there on the island and their leader quit, or they didn't have a leader that was plugged in, they can do this on their own. Okay. And so this is, like I said, the first page and the second page, front and back page. Now, the middle page, this is where this gets good, because now you got the 4x4, right? So build a 500 is 20 people, right? 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Okay. You got one person, those circles right there, guys. You're gonna put, like, if you get somebody, let's say if I put Erica in first, she's gonna be number one. I put Matt in, he's gonna be number two. I put Angel in, she's gonna be number three. I put Dr. Arlene in, she's gonna be number four. And that's why I say you need more pages, because you're gonna have a 5, a 6, a 7, a 8, because you're gonna be doing the 2020, right? And so, but when I put, Erica in, let's say she's got one person, and I put, Matt in, he's got 2 people. I put Dr. Arlene in, she's got one person. I put, you know, um, the other person I named Angel in, Angel's got 4 people. So Angels is complete. Okay. Now I'm working on Angel, I'm working on Erica, I'm working with Matt, I'm working with Dr. Arlene. Hey, who can we talk to right now? Give me your fast 20. I know you got a list of 200. Give me your fast 20 people who you know, that know you, like you, and trust you and respect you enough that if I did a presentation for you, right, they'll sign up just because it's you, just because y'all have that relationship. And any of y'all can have this conversation, right? Okay. Who do you know that likes you, trusts you, and respects you enough that if we sat down with them and showed them this presentation video of the company, that they would get started just because it's you? See, you don't have to have anybody actually present for you, because we didn't, right? In the beginning, before I started really presenting, guys, we were using the CDs, we were using videos, DVDs that we copied, and we were playing the presentations. We called it push power, push play in people's living rooms, right? We didn't have Zoom. And so we were doing one-on-ones at the cafes, at Starbucks, and we were filling these boxes in, right? And we were focusing on people who was running. Okay. We were focusing with the hungry, the inspired, the motivated, right? Those people, not the talented, but egos, the people who had egos, not the people who were lazy, not the people who we liked, we just people who were willing to follow the system, and people who were willing to go out there and just get it in. Guys, that's who we were working with. And those people became the superstars out of nowhere. Yeah, people who never made $500 a month in network marketing ever in their life was making 5,000, 10,000, $15,000 a month, because of this dual team. This the dual team we had, and the 2x4 that we had, but now we have the 4x4. Okay, we had 2 sales teams there, guys. Now over here, you know what it is. right? I help Erica, Matt, Angel, and Dr. Arlene. I don't have to pay anymore. I got my four, right? But all of them, if you see, all of them go get their four. You got eight, you got four and four on one side. That's eight plus the two. That's 10. You got four and four on the other side. That's eight plus those two. That's 10, right? 20 names on the list, guys, gets you $500 a month. Okay. I want you to understand this is your calculator here, right? If you can add, right? And you can do word problems, whatever it is that you learn, however that math works out in your head. Like I said, Angel's got four, Matt's got two, Erica's got one, Dr. Olene's got one, whatever those numbers are. Guess what? I just recruited Erjan. I just recruited Idris. I just recruited Sabrina, right? And Sabrina. Recruit Sabrina and Sabrina, right? I got four more. So guess what? Sabrina got two, Sabrina got three, Idris got one, and Erjan got one. Guess what? They're still adding up on each side. I got one playbook completed by Angel. Everybody else is still fighting to get their playbooks completed, right? But while they're fighting to get their playbooks completed, the numbers are adding up, right? So now I'm at Builder 500, then I'm at Builder 1000, and then next thing you know, when people start popping and then people start getting their fours, and then they start getting their four by fours, guys, guess what happens? You start breaking and what we call creating Builder 500s. You now start to build a Builder 500 factory. This is where now it doesn't matter what you do, you can't stop it. Right? It doesn't. You can actually lead a company at this point in time, guys. And the people who are doing this right here, the four by four, guess what they're gonna do? Stay, because people don't leave profitable situations. One, two, people don't leave automatic money. They don't leave residual income, reoccurring income that continues to increase. Even if you stayed in the company and stopped doing what you were doing, because you're at Builder 8,000, you're making six figures a year, guys, your team is not going to do that. What you're going to find is that your income is going to continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger, because you got people who are on their way to Builder 1,000, Builder 2,000, Builder 4,000, Builder 8,000, and Executive 15 beneath you, which means that you won't be. It's impossible for you to stay at Builder 8,000. And then at some point in time, you're gonna get off the bench and get back in the game, because if you're making this type of money without doing anything, what do you think will happen if you got back in the game and actually did something? Okay. And so this is very, very powerful, guys. This is very, very impactful. And I'm gonna go back to what I said a second ago. 20 names. Think about it for a second. My sister has a birthday party next Sunday. She turns 50. She has 85 people coming to her birthday party. 85. It's a Fendi party, right? She got 85 people coming. So she's like, which means that she had 85 people on her list. It's going to cost her money, right? I'm telling you, if you put 20 people on your list, right? You put four and you fight to get those four there four, you got 20 people on your list. You put 20 people on your list, it's $500 a month. Her party is going to cost her a good grip, right? Because she wanted it to be memorable. My list didn't cost me anything with sweat equity, and I remembered it 20 years later. Okay. We made millions of dollars based on you filling out a piece of paper and getting everybody else to do the same exact thing. Okay. So when you look at somebody who you know for a fact, you say, well, JC's the owner. He's going to be, he's going to be executive 250, right? Just by him being the owner, because people are gonna make excuses for Ed Ayala, they're gonna make excuses for Erjan, they're gonna make excuses for Idris, they're gonna make excuses for all the people who are out here in the trenches, running and gunning and building and stuff like that. The angels of the world, all right? But when you actually look at a person, say, you know what, forget about the executive 250. Are you willing to do a four by four? You go get four and you help four people get four. Are you willing to do that? Person says, "Yeah, I'm willing to do the work." Okay, great. What do you think happens when they complete one? They get excited and they do it again. Okay, they get excited, they do it again, they do it again. Guess what? That's $1,000 a month in residual income. Okay. They do it a couple more times, it's 2,000. But like I said, they doing it while you're doing it. Now you have people who, you have four people in your group who are going to go do the same exact thing. You have four people who ain't got their four already, and they got the playbook. They're going to be doing their own thing. Now, guys, this is the thing I want to make sure you understand. Guys, you actually have the opportunity now to build both sides of your business. Okay. This is where we eliminate, and this is one of the biggest things, the most powerful things I ever did in my group was I was able to eliminate the conversation about spillover, right? And so, for those of you who don't know what spillover is, it means you got somebody that's in your group that's killing it, and they're just bringing people in left and right, and people just spilling over into your organization, and you're getting paid for it, right? And you can go build a 500 that way. Okay. Put somebody on your left, and that person goes to get nine, and then you put somebody on your right, and then you got somebody, that's just killing it and spilling over in your group, like Roxy or Jennifer. They're just putting people in, and you get nine more. So now you got 10 and 10, right? You got Builder 500. Guess what? Congratulations. We're going to pay you $500 a month. We are. And we're going to celebrate you as a Builder 500, right? Not going to take anything away from you. Hey, but there's a level of pride, okay, that a person has when they can say, I built both sides of my business, right? There's a level of pride when a person can say, you know what, when a person asks you, hey, which one of these are your power teams? I want to join your power team. I say, both of my teams are power teams. I don't have one power team, I have two power teams, okay? And I create my own spillover. This is when now you become the leader. This is now people look up to you, they respect you, and they follow you. They do exactly what you do, right? They go to work and they do all the simple stuff. They just do all the simple stuff over and over and over and over again, very, very consistently. They use 100% of the tools that we have. Plus, they make sure 100% of the people that are willing to plug into the system plugs into the system. So these are the things, guys. Like when I say the big three, the playbook, the system, and the reason why, right? If you have a huge reason why, you got access to the playbook, and you're plugging into the system, as you don't have to bug anybody. You don't have to rely on anybody. You don't have to, like, you whatever you need to do, it gets done. And I'm gonna tell you, while you're running and while you're doing it, you won't have to come looking for the leaders. The leaders will come looking for you. People will find you faster than you find them. Okay. When we look at the back office and we see what's going on, we see all these new people coming in, we see the recognition. Hey, I just completed another playbook, or hey, I just completed another 4x4, or hey, I just got another fast four, whatever it is. We're gonna look your way, and we'll probably make some phone calls and figure out what you got working, and how we can throw gasoline on your fire. Okay. We'll pull you out of that incubation system, and we'll put you in a situation where now we're running, you have our time, our energy, and our resources. Okay. Just ask Matt, ask Roxy, what happened, when they really went to work, they turned it up, right? They got attention from everybody. Ask Roberto and Veronica, what happened when they made a decision, right? And they went out there and went to work. You saw some of y'all saw the picture that they posted in WhatsApp, and they had about 60 people at that event, right? Big time event. Yeah, you got a lot of people who, when they go to work, and you get somebody's attention, somebody's coming to help you. Okay, that's when things change. So now, when we start doing the playbook, everybody wanted to be, a part of our business. Everybody wanted to be a part of our success. Everybody wanted to help us out because they already knew that we weren't going to stop. We're going to keep on going with or without them. And when your leadership sees that, guys, they really go all in on you. Okay, so this is important. You can print this out or you can fill it in. They have a fillable one, and they have a printable one in the back office, right in the build back office. Okay. So the other thing, when I say, let's see here. Let me see here. There we go. Okay. Those sheets, okay. The 4x4 impact on subscriptions. Yeah, y'all know this is my favorite slide, right? Okay. So this is where a lot of my creativity comes when it comes to this company. So you got your 10, you got your 10 and 10, that's 20. Like I said, that's easy. And keep in mind, the more sheets you have, the more extra you have. So, when it comes to Builder 1000, that's all you need. You need two sheets, basically. One sheet on the left, one sheet on the right. And guess what else? You got people who are going to be, putting in more than four. You have some people who put in 4, 10, 6. All those numbers count for all the extra. Okay. So somebody said, with two sheets, one on the left, one on the right. Yeah, it's 10 more left. Well, no, that's that extra because it's not going to be even. Right. It's not going to be even. So when you look at the Builder 2000, right, that's 110. That's 5 playbooks, 5 to 6 playbooks. And again, just count by playbooks. Just count by playbook. If you look at these numbers, any of these numbers, guys, you can hit. If you just do the playbook math in any of these numbers, and you get people to buy in on doing playbooks for their own numbers, right? Those numbers are easy. Those numbers are simple. You'll be able to hit those numbers with no problem at all. Okay. And so hopefully this is resonating with you because, this is where we really want you to focus, right? If you see JC, he started a recruiting training. And it's crazy because great minds think alike because I already had a series for recruiting for the Millionaire Mentorship call. This is one of the things I was going to train on 2 weeks ago, right? But again, fate would actually have it that JC had us focus on, the 2020 Executive 15 and everything else at the leadership fly-in that we did in California, and so it was perfect timing. So now, after he set the stage, he laid out the foundation, for all of this, with all the leaders, from top to bottom, right? Me coming behind him with this guy is just again throws way more gasoline on the fire. I personally believe in my heart of hearts. I did what I did with a group. Okay, we do this with the company, guys. There's nothing stopping us. See, it's one thing to talk about subscriptions, right? It's a whole entirely different thing to know how to go out there and make sure that those subscriptions end up on the books. Okay, it's a whole entirely different thing. So if I'm you, right, I'm definitely coming back and I'm screenshotting, the subscription slide because that slide to keep you honest. That slide to keep you in. And when you're looking at that with the playbook, every time, guys, you look at this playbook, it speaks to you, right? Every time. So it's going to tell you who do you need to be working with, man. I need to find out, who can I do a launch? You know what? Dr. Orlean's launchable. Let me do a launch call for Dr. Orlean. She put 2 people in by herself. Let me do a launch call. She get 20, 30 people on the call. We might give it 6 or 7 people, 8 or 9 people to get started. Next thing you know, we got 2 or 3 playbooks that she can get started. And now she can start working each one of those individuals on those playbooks, right? And so that's the thing. It's like you want to make sure, right, that you understand what you have your hands on. So the other thing is this. Hey, that right there, and this is just this is just a mock-up, guys. Mr. Navarro has a guy in California, yeah, that does lapel pins. I just know when we had our 2x4 lapel pins, it symbolized something, right? It said, "Hey, look, these people are building. These people are out there building both sides of their businesses. These people are at a rank for a reason. They didn't get lucky. They didn't get spillover. These people took control of their business. These are actual business owners, right?" That's why when you see I build, say I build. As I is ownership. I am responsible, right? I am the reason why, I am winning, or I am the reason why I am failing, right? But it starts with me. So when you put that I build right there, 4x4, and you get that pin based on the fact that you turned in your screenshots of your playbooks. It could be one completed playbook, right? Odds of that happening, may not be great, but when it comes down to you having 3 or 4 playbooks, all you need is one completed, you know, 4 over here, 4 over here, 4 over here, 4 over. When you get all these completed and you screenshot them, guys, that's you got 4 of them, right? It's the same thing. Okay, as long as it's 2 on the left side of your business and 2 on the right side of your business. When you get that, guys, you get the lapel pin. So when you're at the events, right? When you're at the market events or when you're on the Zooms and people can see it, it's a badge of honor, right? And it's something that people will show respect to, right? And again, hats off to people who got in position and put a couple people in over here and over here, and they hit Builder 500. Man, take full advantage of it. That's what the system is designed to do. Is designed to assist you in making money. Remember, I have my own personal goal of helping 10,000 people get to $5,000 a month of residual recurring income. This playbook, is going to help me do that. Whatever your goal is, you know, this playbook can help you get to it. But when you get to, again, the big events and you're in the market events and people walking around and they see that lapel pin, hey, what is that? What does that symbolize? What does that mean? And you get a chance to stick your chest out with pride, right? And tell them what it means. Okay. Yeah, I'm an expert builder in this company. I built a structurally sound organization that continues to grow and increase in revenue and residual income and produce residual income for me on a regular basis. Okay. You know, this month to be the brokest that I'll ever be. Next month, my residual income is going up. And guess what? Next month, to be the brokest I'll ever be. Right? 6 months from now, your income is going to be way up there. And guess what? That'll be the brokest you'll ever be. Right. And so that's what happens when, I take responsibility to my organization and I go to work and I build, with the blueprint. Right. You got that playbook. This is your blueprint to wealth. This is this is you with wealth creation or automation, right? This is you not needing anybody. Okay, you'll take all the help you can get. You can, a guy, if you got access to the leaders, guys, you got access to people who can present, people who can do three ways and lifelines, people who can endorse you, and people can go right behind you and say, go ahead and do exactly what Candy said. Go ahead and do exactly what Chris said. You know, go ahead and do exactly what Johnny said. And they said do the playbook. You should be doing the playbook. Okay, they know what it takes to win. Okay. You said a lapel pin on his chest. You said lapel pin on Erica's chest. You see that? Guys, those are experts. Okay. And so again, you want your lapel pin. And as soon as you complete it, and we will fact check. So don't play no games and put people's names on there that don't belong on there. We're going behind you to make sure that they're on there, make sure that they're active, right? Make sure that auto ship and that subscription is still running, right? As soon as we get it, guys, we're sending it out to you. You get it right away. This is not something that you got to wait till an event to get it. Right? You're gonna get, awards for Builder 500, right? When you get to the events and stuff like that, you're gonna get paid for Builder 500 right away. But we're gonna send you this, right away. We want you to have it. This is a building tool. This is edification personified. This is how we recognize people. Okay. And so that's important. Now, just to help you guys out, we're gonna go on a blitz, not a 90-day blitz. We're gonna go on a hundo blitz, 100+ days, guys, from now to the end, of May 31st. We're gonna run. Okay, it's not gonna be this 30 days, this 30. No, we're just gonna run and reward. Okay, everybody put R&R in there, right? Put R&R in the chat for me. We're gonna run and reward. Put R&R in the chat. I'm not going nowhere until I see R&R. I gotta see some R&R. Not talking about rest and relaxation. I'm a lazy people. I'm talking about running and rewarding, right? R&R for 100 days. The Hundo Blitz, guys, it starts today. So the first three people, the first four and 4x4 gets $250. Okay. The first three that get 4x4 is completed, right? $250. Okay. So from now to May 31st, every time you enroll 4 builders, you get a $50 bonus. Every time you complete a 4x4, after the first three, you get a $100 bonus. Right. And this is not a competition. Somebody wins and you lose, everybody. Okay. 90 days, well, 100 days plus, right, until May 31st, guys. We are going to put thousands of people in business before convention. Okay. Keep in mind this, guys, that when we go international, okay, and we add all those other things, that you'll be having people that are going to come in, they're going to eat your lunch. You'll have people who come in and put 10,000 people, 5,000 people, 2,000 people, 20,000 people in business right away. But guess what they're going to be doing? 4x4. Guess what they're going to be making? Way more money than us. God, I'm going to tell you, isn't people, when I say way more money, I'm talking about per value and per volume. Because when you look at a person who's out of the country, say like Dominican Republic, a school teacher, I know school teachers in Dominican Republic, full-time school teachers make $600 a month, $700 if they're really good at what they're doing. maybe school administration type stuff, $700 a month, right? A person who gets a 4x4 completed, they're making 500 bucks a month, guys. Residual recurring income. Do you think they're going back to work? No, they're clocking out, right? Think about this for a second. If a person who's working 40 hours a week in a country that pays them $600 a month US to do that, and now they have $500 a month residual income coming in, and they can now take that 40 hours a week and now use it to build their business, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? That guy that you hear the president of the company, JC, talk about on a regular basis, guy who I shall remain nameless, it was 40,000 people in the company before he got to the company when we were at. He was the first person, to get to $1 million in a company that wasn't our mentor, right? The next year he got to, when he got there, the next year he did 2 million. The next year he did 3 million. The year after that he skipped 4 million and made 5 million that year. And and this is his thing for all my Spanish speakers. He said his chant was "Si se puede," right? And yes, we can. Like, guys, I'm gonna tell you, yes, you can. You can do it, right? It's very, very simple. And they had this mantra of living the American dream on foreign soil, right? They had people making millions of dollars, more money than anybody in their family has ever made, and some people made more money dating back to the whole entire lineage of money that's ever been made in their lineage. Imagine that being in your organization, right? Imagine that happening in Africa. Imagine that happening in Latin America. Imagine that happening in the Philippines or in Asia. Imagine that happening in Canada, or any of these other places out there where you don't have to be, but where they respect, opportunities. See, in America, we've been opportunity to death. And, we basically live like kings and queens. The people who are on welfare, food stamps, and public housing, all this stuff, guys, you live like kings and queens, and so when a person who doesn't have welfare, they either work or they starve, right? Get their hands on an opportunity like this. It's not that they are better than you, is that they appreciate the opportunity better than you. That means they're more grateful, than you when it comes to this opportunity. They don't have other opportunities. They will take this and murder this. They will take this and make millions of dollars, US, not pesos, not rubles, right? And they're going to dominate. They're going to kill it. So I'm telling you, if you want to know what you should be doing right now, ask Ed Ayala and Julio Aquino how many people they've already talked to overseas. So for those of you who are in Ed and Julio's team right now, and you're really not wrapping your mind around it, you're really not getting it, I'm gonna just say right now, uh, be happy that you're already in, because at least you get a chance to experience a lot of the spillover that's gonna happen. Hey, just get ready. So when it's all said and done, guys, this thing, that this phenom that we're about to experience, that we call the playbook, is going to be a huge deal for us, guys. It's going to be one of those things where we're going to make a ton of money as a company, and we're going to make a ton of money as individuals. Okay. And so everybody I've talked to, they've been waiting for this day. They've been waiting for us to release it. And I'm just telling, I'm not sending you anything. And I'm glad I didn't, because we changed some things up at Mr. Winston's Navarro and I talked on yesterday. But now you have access to it. Now you know exactly what to do, right? And it's a matter of you and your work ethic at this point in time. Because, like I said, one, you're looking at that playbook and you're asking yourself the question, and that question is this: what is the end game? How much money do I really want to make? Do I really want to be build 8,000, executive 15, executive 25, executive 55, executive 100, executive 250? And am I willing to just go to work and do the work for it? Okay. Those are the questions, because it's not if you can do it now. You can do it. Okay. It's will you do it? That's the question. I've already told you, it went from the outhouse to everything. The life and the person who I became in that process, the things that I learned in that process about building leadership and everything else. I had a 360-degree leader, that book, that audio, going for me all the time. I had Earl Nightingale's, that Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, where we talked about setting yourself up to where you live a life where the word impossible doesn't exist. So those are only two things I was listening to. Maybe a third one, but those are mainly the two things that I was listening to outside my leader's voice. I would go to the Millionaire Mentorship call every 'cause it was on Sunday nights at that time, every Sunday night, and I would watch the Millionaire Mentorship call because my leaders weren't even dealing with me at that time because I wasn't plugged in. I did nothing for 5 months, so I didn't deserve their time. But they were still doing the trainings that other people were already making tens of thousands of dollars on. So I'll just get on the same trainings. Right? I'll learn, I'll process the information, I'll apply the information as I see where it fits in the organization, and we'll just continue to build on the playbook. I'll continue to learn how to be an elite leader on an elite level. I'll continue to make sure I train my brain to make sure that anything that I put my mind to is possible with the strangest secret. Right? Those are the things that I did. This is one thing that I tell you now. When you put a person in the business and you look a person in the eyes and you say you want to make $5,000 a month, you know for a certainty that it can get done. You know for a fact that they can achieve it. Okay. Prior to now, a lot of y'all were just recruiting, hoping that they made some money. Now you're recruiting knowing that they can make some money. And you know for a fact that if you got in the trenches with them, it'll happen. Okay. So I appreciate you guys, again, just because it doesn't take a long time to get rich, and I don't want to overtrain this thing, but I do want you guys to know that when you actually go ahead and you put this thing into play, subscriptions, that residual income, that lifestyle, everything that you've always wanted and everything that you've always seen will come to you. And keep in mind, this is the thing. Get this part. That's just the residual income. Your playbooks, you got 20 people that may sell something that you're gonna override. Two playbooks, you got 40 people who in the business, they got subscriptions going, but they may sell something. You're gonna override. You got five playbooks, you got 100 people plus in your organization. Subscriptions are coming, but they may sell something and you may override, right? This is a company that has five, six, seven verticals that people will sell something that you will override, but that foundation that you're going to build is going to be a subscription-based foundation that'll secure your future, guys. As long as the company does what they're supposed to do and the owners and partners do what we're supposed to do, guys, you'll never have to worry about money again as long as you live, as long as you go out there and do those playbooks and get as many playbooks filled out as possible. Okay. Go kill some trees, man. Go out here and put that pen to paper. Make sure you're looking at that playbook every day. Make sure you're screenshotting your playbook every day and sending it to your leaders. Because my leaders, they'll tell you when we're in the trenches, I want your playbook every night. Okay. Yeah, I want your playbook. I want your playbook every night. My people who I first sponsor, yeah, we're not going to sleep without. I don't care if you only got two names on it for right now, one name on it right now. The fact that you have to send it to me, okay? You're going like I don't want to send him that, you know. I don't want to send him that with one name on it again. I got to put some more names on here, right? But now also when you put names on there, guess what I get to do? I get to coach you. I get to counsel you. I get to ask you questions about, that individual that you got. Where can we now start to create some revenue? How can we make this an appreciating asset, right? How can we grow value around this individual or these individuals? You know, have you did a three-way? Have you did a lifeline? Why haven't I talked to this person, right? Are they launchable? What's their background? And so we start asking questions, and all of a sudden the answers start to come up, right? That's what this is all about. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you print this up. Even if you do it on a computer, make sure you print it up, right? Make sure you take it with you everywhere. Like you have it with you, inside your calendar. Remember, you got your calendar, your 90 day at a glance calendar, right? Always keep it in your calendar because now you know what work ethic you got, you know what your appointments are, right? You know where your events are when you're doing your showcases, you know all of that stuff. But now you also got that playbook in there or playbooks in there because you're recruiting a lot of people. Remember, you're doing the 2020, right? That's the goal. And by the way, for those of you who've never done the 2020 before and say, well, I can't sponsor 40, the playbook is going to help you do the 2020. It's going to be so easy because you're not thinking about 40. The more books that you intend on filling up and that you purposely start adding names to, the faster you'll get to 2020, and you'll look up and it'll have it done. And you will marvel at the work you just did. You will surprise yourself. You'll be proud of yourself. I'm just telling you, it's one of those things that just watch the magic that happens when you start to input data into this calculator called a playbook. If you really want your Super Bowl, you really want your win, your ring, you really want your MVP jacket, right? You really want to sit at that table on the other side of the ropes, right? Or have your own table. We have our events and stuff like that, guys. This playbook is going to get you on the other side of the ropes. This playbook is going to get you, to the point where you can put that jacket on, where you get that belt. If we have a belt, you're going to be the champion based on you following the plays that's in that playbook. Okay. So, Ed Ayala, I see you on here, Mr. Winston Navarro, Mr. Rangel, Julio Kino, any leaders, any of you founders, any of you want to say anything before we get out of here, before we put a button on it? I open up the floor for you guys. So if you got any statements, anything you want to say before we bounce. And by the way, guys, um, yeah, we had about 175 people at peak. We got 162 now. Great job. But there's no way in the world we shouldn't have 200 plus on every Millionaire Mentorship call, by the way. All right. So with that being said, guys, since
Man, hey Sam, no,
okay.
don't go yet, brother. Don't go
Okay.
yet.
All right.
I got to tell you something. Listen, Saturday I got so sick Saturday. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I got a virus, right? I was right away. I was puking during the training. I had a JC saved me, right? I've been sick this weekend. I got to tell you, folks, I'm not 100%, but I was waiting for this because you gave me a little clue. Remember at the mastermind session, you gave me a little bit of an idea what it was about. And folks, I'm not here to pump up Sam. We're buddies. I know him now a couple months. I'm not that type of person. This is transformative, what you guys heard tonight. No BS, right? I don't want to say bullshit. This is transformative. See, a lot of people could recruit people, but building is different. And JC always talks about it. See, recruiting is one thing, right? Showing somebody a video, they get excited, they join. But building solidly like this is solid building. When Sam tells you the fact that you're going to be able to see your business continue to grow and grow and grow and grow, it's not a joke, okay? And Sam, the CEO of my former company, right? He always said this, right? I never forget it, and I'll end on this. I never forget. It was a convention. There was 5,500 people in that convention. Everyone, to get into that convention, you had to make at least $100,000 a year. So just think how big that is, right? Everybody making over 100 grand just to get in. About 120 people making over $1 million a year. You know what he said to the group? He said, everybody in this group, you don't need to be instructed. You need to be reminded. And what you did tonight, Sam, you reminded a lot of us that have been in the game for a long time that this is true building. This is really how you build. We have a different similar system in Primerica. It was 3x3, but we had the same thing. It was called promotions in motion. Here we call it build a 4x16. And Sam, we had to fill it out. You had to make a photocopy on a photocopy machine, the old days, right? And you had to fill that sucker out.
Right.
Who do you got left? Sam, who do you got left? You need 2 more here, man. You need 1 more here. And it was just powerful. Brother, I love you. I really appreciate it because you brought back something from way back that really works. This really, really works, folks. I'm telling you, I'm not here to pump Sam up. He's a stud. I'm just telling you guys, okay? I saw our company, Primerica, become a multi-billion-dollar company, and it was because of this. Not just recruiting, but building. So take note of this. I hope everybody downloads this document, fills it out. Even if you ain't got nothing, just fill it out. Start looking at it every day on your desk and go, damn, I'm not a zero. I'm a winner. I need to find 1 person, then 2, then 3, then 4. It forces you to focus on the right things and building. So we're so blessed to have you, Sam. You are the perfect VP of sales. Let's give Sam a big hand, everybody. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it. No, I appreciate you, bro.
This was big tonight. Very big.
Man, and think about how easy it makes your job, Ed, when you have a person who say, hey, look, let me see, because a person call you for advice. I don't need advice. You don't need advice. You need your game, your playbook. Show me your playbook, and I'll give you all the advice that you need. Because if that's not on your playbook, you don't need advice. You don't need intervention. You just need to go to work. There's nothing I can do for you if you don't have anything for me to work with. Give me something to work with. Send me your game plan. Send me your playbook, rather, when you want a game plan, and watch what happens. Watch how much better that information gets, and watch how much more powerful you feel and impacted you feel. So I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for your kind words.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sam, I got a quick question though. Is
Yes,
there
sir.
a room on there? I don't know if you mentioned it. You said the fast 20. We used to call it the top 20. Same thing, right?
Yeah, same thing.
Is there somewhere on there to write a brand new person, they write the top 20 on there?
Not on that one, because what I did was just basically you had your like on the 6 steps, 6 figures, that's a part of one of those lists. And so,
Okay.
but yeah, just basically that's the thing. We want to make sure that people do know, like, 'cause I'm glad you brought that up. Guys, even if you don't have a top 20, you got a top 10, you got a top 15. Okay. You got the best people in front of you working for you and working with you. Put these people to work. Give them the edification that they need to go out there and be credible enough to get a person in your business, right? And then once they get in the business, make sure that they're profitable, make sure that it works for them, and empower them. Okay. All right. It's Julio. Anybody else before we get out of here?
My brother, yeah. I just want to say, man, thank you so much for laying it for everybody. Um, I mean, for all the I think it was like 162 people that we had, 164 at peak.
175
Lamb,
at peak.
yeah.
175.
So Sam has literally dropped the mic. Okay, there's no excuses. There's no excuses. All you got to do is follow that playbook. And I don't know if you were paying attention, but he said very, very important at the end, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
He said, those are just the subs.
Mm-hmm.
Those are just the residual.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a team of 200, 500, 1,000, 2,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be some sales that are going to happen in the pipeline. That's extra money. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's extra money. This blueprint, all you got to do is follow it, follow the playbook, follow it step by step. I know that Ed and I, we're going to be doing it. All right. All of our teams are going to be doing it. Okay. We're super excited about it. And Sam, I don't know if you remember, but we talked about that, last week.
Mm-hmm.
We sat there, even though we got there a little late. You're like,
Mm-hmm.
here, I got something to show you guys. Come and check
Yeah.
this out. Right.
You're right.
And dude,
Right.
it's happening. It's here.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
absolutely no excuse, because now you can have a proven track record, and you're going to be able to determine who's serious and who's not serious in your business.
Mm-hmm.
And what you want to do is, hey, you're serious about your business, you're serious about making, a 6-figure income, you're serious about making a 7-figure income, show me your playbook. Oh,
Right.
I don't have my playbook. Next.
Yeah.
Next. I don't know about you, Sam, but I'm not going to work with someone that doesn't have their playbook.
They're
Right?
not in the game. Julio,
They're not in the game, right? Listen,
Yeah, you're
and
not in
it's
the
true,
game.
Ed.
Yeah.
It's true, Ed. People say it all the time, Like, for example, baseball. I come from a baseball background. I used to play college baseball. Do you know what the numbers are for you to hit the Hall of Fame? Okay. If you're a baseball player, if you go up to bat 10 times and you fail 7 out of those 10 times, you are a Hall of Famer.
There you go.
But the only difference is you have to be in the game. The playbook is going to get you in the game. And you're going to have mentors like Mr. Bean. You're going to have mentors like Mr. Rangel. You're going to have mentors like Mr. Pacheco, Mrs. Pacheco, right? Missus
Mhm.
Bean, right? Okay?
Mhm.
That are going to help you get to the ball to the end zone, man. Okay? Help you hit a home run, but you need the playbook. You need to be in the game. All right? Nothing exciting happens in the sidelines. Nothing exciting happens when you're in the bench. Okay? So you got to get your butt in gear, put on that playbook on, start filling it out, download it, and let's build, baby. Let's build.
Hey,
Julio.
Julio,
Hey,
Ed, I got something else for you. Next week is part 2. Next week, guess what next week is? Next week is a
nice.
collaboration presentation. So now we got the actual presentation to show y'all how to go get the top tier people who can literally bring in agents from all around the US, real estate agents, roofing agents, mortgage agents. Guys, that consolidation presentation, that collaboration presentation next week, I know y'all wanted to see it this week. I can't spoil you. I couldn't give everybody everything in 1 week. I want to make sure you can digest this 4x4 this week. But collaborators coming next week. So we're throwing the gasoline on the fire. Get your heart right, because it's not going to be for the faint of heart, guys. We're about to build something big, with or without you. We just want to make sure that we do it with you. Okay.
That's right. Sam,
That's right.
Sam, you know what's amazing is yesterday was the Super Bowl,
Mhm.
and millions of people are cheerleading
Mhm.
$1 million athletes on the field.
Mhm.
But what we want to do is we want you to be cheerleading your family winning on the
Yep.
field. We want you to see you win. It's okay to cheerlead for somebody else's success on the field, but they're already making millions of dollars. It's time that you cheerlead your family to financial success. Thank you, Sam.
Hey,
Thank
man,
you,
you're
Sam.
welcome,
Thank you.
bro. Hey, I appreciate y'all jumping on, bro. Yeah, you're right. We all about to win our own Super Bowl. We all about to get our rings. We all about to get our big paydays. And the one thing I want y'all to understand is this, guys. When you get to executive 15, executive 25, you'll be making more money than most people in the NFL. The top tier people make all the millions of dollars.
Right.
The bottom, like the 80 percenters, they are on minimal contracts and smaller contracts. A lot of you guys are going to be making way more money than a lot of them. So don't get it twisted. When you get to these higher ranks, executive 25, executive 55, executive hundreds, you're going to be making more money than the basketball players, the NFL players. I ain't going to say baseball. Them boys make the cash. But I'm just telling you, you're doing it with residual reoccurring income. And unlike them, when they stop doing what they're doing,
Right.
within 18 months to 3 years later, they're broke.
Yep.
If you stop doing what you're doing, right, residual income keeps on coming in. This is legit, a smart money concept. If I ever seen one, this is the smartest money that's ever been made, guys. I'm gonna tell you, if those of you who know network marketers, guys, I'm gonna just tell you, they understand residual income. If they wrap their mind around what we're doing right now, and they get their mind around that playbook, it's a wrap. Yeah, it's a wrap. So go get them, because I'm gonna just say if you build it, they will come. And I'll leave it at that, guys. So I appreciate you guys. See you guys next week, same line, same time tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 7 Central. The presentation will go live, and again, you want to make sure you're on that presentation to let us start helping you build up your playbook. So take care, guys. Love you. See you guys from the top.
Sam, thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, big
Thank
guys.
you.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.